Okay, as we have been driving through Canada, actually started before Banff, maybe even as soon as we crossed the border, I don't remember exactly, but about every 25 miles or so, you see a roadside pull-off. If there's an attraction, they'll have information about it, but if not, they have recycling and trash and an extra lane so you can pull over, like we're making lunch right now, and just have somewhere that gets you off of the road. Because the shoulders, for the most part in Canada, the shoulders are very, very narrow. And so you don't have room to pull over in a lot of places. And so this just makes a nice little extra lane to pull over, stretch your legs. If you have trash or recycling, put that there. Or like I said, we're in the process of fixing a lunch, MiLena is. And so this is something that's just different than the States. Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers.
We are getting ready to start the Alcan, going from British Columbia into Alaska.
And to get one of these lovely certificates, all you really need to do is go in and ask.
At the Visitor Center at Dawson Creek.
And we are at the milepost 0, and we have taken the obligatory pictures, etc. and are getting ready to start the Alcan. And it is 1,500 miles, so we are over halfway there. And actually, we've driven a lot further. I'll show you that. But that's because we drove like the Icefield Parkway twice.
Yes.
We've done some running around aside from that. But just to catch you up on a few other things, if you're in British Columbia and you buy water bottles.
Yeah.
It was a dozen. It was a pack of a dozen water bottles. It was a smaller pack. And it was at Walmart $2.27 for the great value, whatever kind. And I thought, this is great. And then I go up, and each one of the ones that I had, they added a $1.20 deposit and 47-cent tax, etc. So suddenly we're at $4 for a dozen instead of $1,
Yes.
$2.27. But just a heads up on that. And
you can get that money back at a recycling center.
Is what they told us. And then so far as our phones are concerned, the guy at Walmart in
Grand
Prairie, Alberta was amazing. He did so much for us. Supposedly our phones are going to be unlocked today. They haven't been yet that we know of. We're going to try the new cards here before long and see if we have any kind of phone service since we're starting on the section where there's no coverage. But we'll check in on that. And so far as our credit cards are concerned, everything except MiLena's debit card. But we do have access to some money, so that's great.
Yeah.
We have a travel account where we each have a debit card, and so we're still able to access that money, which is a huge blessing there. And other than that, I think we are ready to get started on the Alcan. All right, the Alaska. And by the way, if you don't know, it's called the Alaska Canadian Alcan, or the Alaska Highway, even though it's in Canada because America paid for it.
During World War II.
The Aleutian Islands in Alaska were being invaded, and so we needed some way to get equipment there. And so America paid for it with the understanding that when the war was over, Canada would have control. And so that's why it got its name. And then the girls in here just told us since the 90s, it has all been paved. We're going to be on some roads that are not, but that's going to be...
Not in Canada.
Not in Canada, and that's going to be part of the adventure. So, it's exciting. We're here. It's taken us 2 weeks from Central Texas because we haven't really rushed, but we haven't lollygagged a lot of places either. So, let's hit the road. Okay, one of the things we love about not having reservations is we get to kind of just be flexible.
Yes.
We had a really long day yesterday trying to get our phones fixed. We still don't know for sure that they are, but that took a lot longer, so we just slept in this morning, tried to go to a laundromat that wasn't open, and so we got on the Alaska Highway not until
we
about
also stopped
noon.
at the visitor center.
Yeah.
For good Lord.
And so we didn't actually get on the highway until about noon. And we made it through Fort, the first one.
Yeah.
And we're about
St. John.
We're about an hour and a half from Fort Nelson. And this is just a roadside pullout, but they do allow you to stop here. And so...
Which is wonderful.
Yes, it is. We are very thankful for that. But now we can sleep here, get up in the morning, go to Fort Nelson, once again, try and do that laundry. And check our status on our phones, and then MiLena can hopefully call and get her other credit card released. But, you know, here it is. We're June 23rd, and we don't have reservations anywhere until July 15th, which is the Riley campground at Denali, and then the 16th, the Teklanika campground for 3 nights. So, you know, no, we don't have any hookups, but we don't really need them.
No.
And so, anyway, this is just kind of a... This is us. This is a little bit more of the, quote, behind the scenes kind of stuff. And if it weren't raining, I would show you exactly, you know, what we're looking at out here, but it's beautiful. This is actually day 15 of our journey, or 16 of our journey to...
2 weeks today we left.
So the 15th day that we've been on the road, and our second day driving the Alaska Highway. And so today we've gone, well, since we started at Dawson Creek, which is the beginning of the Alaska Highway. And we're going to be stopping about an hour south of Laird Hot Springs. We're not sure where we're stopping yet. But last night and tonight both, we are just staying in basically a roadside pullout. They have these all along, and kind of like this one. And these are essentially pullouts to let people who are exhausted pull over and rest. And what we decided is we want to spend another night in one of these rather than hurrying and rushing through. We want to just take our time and enjoy. And we're probably going to spend a couple of nights at the hot springs. We're not positive yet, but that's kind of our plan. And the roads so far have been...
they've been fine, I think.
Yeah, have been great. And we've had kind of a slow time of it because the day we got started, we had some kind of complications, and so getting to Dawson Creek, and so we were exhausted, and we slept in really late the day that we got started on the Alcan yesterday. It's Alaska Canada Highway, or the Alaska Highway. It's called both. And then today we spent a good hour and a half, 2 hours doing laundry. And
it's as much fun on the road as it is at home.
Actually, I think it's even more. But anyway, and so, you know, you can take this as fast or as slow as you want to. And our kind of general rule of thumb is if we've gone about 100 miles on a tank of gas, we pull over and fill up, even though it may be... we've filled up, I believe the least in Canada was $1.58 for a liter. And then when you're out in the middle of nowhere on the Alaska Highway, you're going to pay $2.17, 27, something like that. I mean, you're going to pay what they're asking. So anyway, this is gorgeous. And tomorrow we will be showing, hopefully tomorrow, our plan is to show you Laird Hot Springs. So stay tuned. And just to catch you up on personal stuff, and we're just showing you scenery as you're watching this, showing you scenery of the highway. We now have cell service. Yay! Not our phone numbers from the States, but we've texted the people that are close to us to give them an updated phone number. And, you know, where there is coverage, we have coverage. We are so excited. And all of our credit cards are working. So,
Yay!
so you know, those are just things that it took a little bit of time to get done, but man, we are so excited. And it was a bump in the road, so to speak, but nothing to prevent us from coming. So, like we said, we hope you'll catch up with us on the next episode as we show you Layered Hot Springs and a little bit more of the road. Oh, and one other thing is, on the Alaska Highway, the wildlife we've seen on the highway, we did see a moose, or was that just prior to getting on the highway? Anyway, moose, we've seen, I think, 3 black bear. We just saw a herd of sheep in the road. We haven't seen any bison yet, but
there's supposedly wood bison up here.
And yesterday, it was right around the time that we got on the highway. Was it yesterday or the day before? But that we saw a coyote. So,
A wolf.
lots and lots and lots of wildlife. And so far, it seems to me that the further we've gone on the Alcan, the less traffic there is.
Yes.
As we're heading north here the end of June. So, anyway, we will catch you next time. Thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers.